Hello traders and welcome to Stock Talk on September 13th. We're looking at the S&P 500 as we're nearing the end of the trading day. And recall in previous videos we talked about how we found an area of reversal for general markets. And I talked about it on the Facebook group, I talked about it in the YouTube videos, and now today we saw a continuation move back to the upside. So was that surprising? Once again, I hope it wasn't too surprising for those who were invested in the markets at the very least today. So looking at the S&P 500 or SPY, we're looking at intraday, and you guys can see that we pretty much gapped higher during the pre-market and after-market hours, and then afterwards, you guys can see that what happened. We consolidated sideways. Now, I want to take you guys to the yearly chart, and you guys can see this clear, right? What are we doing? We're going higher, and we have potentially making new highs. Note that the next resistance would be a higher high line, and I'm actually going to go back just a little bit and pull this even a little higher just to account for the recent movements. So what we're going to see is a resistance around 293.59 or 294, around that general vicinity. That would be our next resistance area, but now we found that reversal. Can we come back and, kind of recover some of the gains that we got today? Sure we can. Tomorrow, sure we can. But right now, the trajectory and the momentum is back to the upside. No surprise there. Now, a couple things that I'm looking at is volatility. And you guys can see from yesterday's video, I talked about how it wouldn't be unusual if the markets were bullish for us to break a semi-support area of 29.79. What's happening right now? It's less than $29 as of right now, and it actually made a yearly low today. So we're at 28.98, fluctuating around that area. We have the markets pulling us significantly higher. We have NASDAQ and the Dow. The Dow's over 100 points right now. The NASDAQ is off of a very strong, actually even stronger gain than the Dow right now. So that is certainly what we want to see if you're a bull. And you don't have to be a bull, but you can see that the trend has been reversed and has gone higher, which we've talked about in previous videos. All right, commodities. A lot of interesting things happening in commodities. I know if you guys are invested in these commodities, you are paying very, very close attention because of the rapid movement that it has shown today. So before we get into commodities, please hit that thumbs up button if you do enjoy these videos. And I talked about yesterday about the course and everything, but that that's there. But all of you guys watching these videos in these YouTube videos and hopefully benefiting from this is really a lot of why I do this. So hopefully I'm here for you guys, and just because I've of course doesn't mean I'm leaving YouTube. I'm certainly going to be on here and helping you guys along the way. 4/CL or crude oil futures. Here it is. We've had a resistance line at 70.43, or actually a 70.36. We closed pretty much right on it yesterday. So yesterday it wasn't surprising, but what was interesting that we noted was a reversal pattern, at a resistance area. And today we followed through by pulling back. Now, you might be asking, is crude oil going to go down or up, or based off today's trajectory, does it look like we're going to go all the way down? Not necessarily. Remember, here is the candle of a support area of 67.59, right? And as long as we kind of close above that level, the bullish trajectory is still there, and this is no more than a kind of a simple pullback. And while it looks big in terms of a daily perspective, over 2% drop in crude oil futures, in the long run, it doesn't say that the more bullish trajectory is like taken off the table. So that's that for crude oil. That's here for you. 4/NG or natural gas futures. So for natural gas, I told the users on the stock chat for you guys as well on YouTube, as well as the stock group on my Discord chat, that I was looking for some sort of double bottom on natural gas. And why? Because things I was looking at, especially like the time frame, didn't match up. And I talked about it yesterday, in that there's a potential for it to come down and do a possible double bottom before it potentially recovers and goes back higher. This is what we saw today. As a matter of fact, we tried to push higher once again and got rejected, pretty much made another yet tail candle, and this looks like a continuation move back to the downside. And that's just how it is. Double bottoms are very common in my opinion, and here we are, right? Natural gas coming back down. The ticker, if you're interested in looking into inverse natural gas, so if natural gas is falling, DGAZ is going higher, has to be this one, right? So you guys can see how when natural gas is falling, inverse natural gas is going higher. And that's just something for you guys to note. Note that there is a resistance if you're in DGAZ at 25.32. All right? Okay, so let's take a look at 4/GC or gold futures. Now, gold futures, we've talked about this many times, a resistance at around 1210, 1211.3. Talked about that many times. What is it doing right now? That area is still acting as resistance. And the reason why I'm not too bullish with gold, even though I saw a potential up move, is because I talked to you guys about certainly a close above that 1211.3 level and a more definitive close. I wanted to see at least one more day of closing before I was pro gold. So right now you guys can see we got reject off that level again. We can certainly recover this tomorrow and for gold to push higher, but right now we just don't see that push over the resistance, and therefore that's how it is. That's why I'm leaning more cautiously with I'm cautiously optimistic for gold, but not there yet, as we have not pushed over resistance. The ticker to watch would be JNUG or JNUG. And guys, what did I say yesterday about JNUG? I talked to you guys about this, right? I said, once we're nearing the 20-period moving average, watch what happens, because we've gotten rejected every single time for the past nearly 2 months, right? Actually 2 months. So what did we do today? We got rejected off of that level again. Look how close we got rejected. Similar pattern. So that's just something for you guys to note. Doesn't mean we're going to make an all-time low for JNUG again, but it certainly could. Remember, 2 days ago, right, we were at $6.40, a yearly low. Okay, it's quite easy for people to forget after a 10% plus push the previous day, but it's possible. Just that's something for you guys to be aware of. All right, let's take a look at the 3 tickers. So we're going to be starting with Evan. So thank you so much for submitting your tickers, and all of you guys know that if you want me to take a look at your tickers, I'll take a look at 3 of them per stock video, stock talk. Be sure to comment your tickers in the comment section down below. I'm happy to take a look at it for you. So the first one is LABU, called out by Evan. So LABU is really a biotech bullish ETF, and the one thing you have to realize right now is, let me see this higher high line that we've drawn many times in the past, and at the same time you can see that it's almost like a wedge pattern, right? We're kind of getting wedged in, and we're nearing the bottom area. So you guys can see that biotech right now, we're nearing a good possible entry area. So this is a good call out by you, in my opinion. Now, the one thing that I'm a little suspicious of is, while the markets pushed significantly higher today, why didn't biotech push higher? That's a question in my mind, but right now you guys can see that we're nearing an area in which we could find a possible support, right? So that's something for you guys to note. All in all, this is a higher low pattern. I do like this pattern, so good job on calling this one out, Evan. All right, DJ Sin, great stuff. Glad you're killing it. Thank you so much, and I hope you are doing well as well. Kunal, let's tackle your ticker of MU. So MU is Micron Technology, and MU has been all over the place, all over the place. Take a look at some of these because we got some downgrades by Micron in the past few days, and here we are, support level at $40.12. We did not fall towards, to and hit that support area. A lot of people were expecting it, but we got buyers pushing it higher. That's number one. Number two, can you guys see this lower low pattern? Okay, that's number two, and how we close right at the previous support, which is now what? Is acting as the new resistance. So the question is, will it get rejected and come back down? It could, but you have to see that earnings are coming up on 9/20. That's 7 days from now, right? People might be buying into earnings, or it might get pushed down before earnings. Whatever happens, Micron right now is oversold. I do agree it's oversold, but at what point will the sellers come in? And that's a question for you to answer. But right now, for a long-term trade, if you're holding this for maybe 3 weeks, it's a little dangerous, as you guys can see, as it's been moving quite rapidly to the downside. Can it recover to the 20-period moving average or even the lower high line of around 49.10? Certainly possible, given that the catalyst could be earnings. But that's, again, a risk reward that you would have to determine yourself. But interesting call out. Thank you for that, Kunal. Great stuff. All right. And thank you for all of your comments. Space Ghost, once again, I know you're really in tune with AMD. So yeah, we've been watching AMD. And then finally, I will tackle K9, your ticker of BZUN. So let's take a look at that. So here's BZUN, and the thing that we kind of see with this is we see a support area. Can you guys see this very, very definitive support at 44.84? Okay, I'm drawing the support line. Very definitive support. And recently, we've had a massive down move, but we found support at that area, and now we're moving higher. I like this trend because it is a higher low pattern. Okay. Interesting. And you can see that a lot of these stocks, Chinese stocks, are reacting positively to any trade relations or trade talks that might be occurring. So this is one of them. So the thing is, I believe this one is influenced by news. What was the best entry area? Near the support area, right? You guys can see the support area. Where are we right now? We're here. There's potential for this one to move higher, but you want to be cautious because this is a really steep, can you guys see that? Really steep lower high line, okay? And that the resistance is around $50, $51. There's a couple of more dollars in which it could move near towards the resistance. That's number one. But at the same time, we're getting wedged in. So this is another yet kind of risk-reward ratio in which you would have to determine, given that we've already had quite the move, right? We've already had over a 10% move, from the bottom to where we are right now. So, all right, guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. As always, please hit the like button and check out the Facebook group if you haven't already. A lot of resources I'm providing you guys with these stock talks, and I'm once again I am here for you guys. So thank you once again, and I will see you guys on Sunday for a weekend stock talk. And guys, every day is a very interesting trading day in my opinion because the markets are pushing higher, potentially moving new highs. On a weekly or a monthly basis. That's interesting. All right. See you guys later, and happy trading tomorrow.